the case of the Untold treasure in a cave of Mount Olympus in Greece that occupied the police authorities in the year 1937. In 1937, a strange as well as mysterious case concerned the police authorities. A man named A. Ambrosiadis, with an extremely rich secret, became missing. Police and gendarmerie had launched a manhunt to locate him throughout Greece in order to find him alive or dead. Their purpose was to reveal whether the missing Ambrosiadis was a petty swindler or a tragic victim of his wealthy secret. This bizarre story began in late 1936 when successive telegrams to the authorities and the press reported by two young villagers, A. Ambrosiadis and N. Fortunopoulos or Fortunopoulos, presented themselves to the authorities in Salonika and confessed that they owned a real mythical secret which lurked in the mountains of the gods on Mount Olympus. Specifically, Ambrosiadis emphasized that he had been found on Mount Olympus and somewhere nearby where tradition placed the throne of Zeus. He made a shocking discovery. He was therefore accidentally found in front of a cave, the helical opening of which was covered by dense clumps of bushes. So when he got inside to protect himself from the rain and the storm, he encountered an incredible spectacle. The interior of the cave shone entirely of gold and marble. Its walls and floor were covered with off-white marble, while gold and bronze statues, helmets, swords of warriors, and myriad other masterpieces of the ancient Greek era were deposited. There were also all gold armchairs, tripods, and benches. The cave was divided into two compartments. In the second, which was obviously the sanctuary of the ancients, it contained the heaviest objects. Patiently, the young Ambrosiadis stated that, among other things, he was most impressed by the following contents of the cave. 1. Life-size bronze statue of an ancient warrior, hoplite. 2. A marble statue of a fallen man of origin and broken in the middle. 3. 3 huge metal boxes sealed with unknown contents. 4. A copper cauldron, 2 basins, and several metal plates. 5. 4 gold or gold-plated helmets. 6. A huge marble table in the middle of the space with 2 marble armchairs. On the table there was a large metal sphere, while on the front of an armchair were engraved letters. 7. Various bows and arrows. In the smaller room he noticed the following. 1. A marble deer and a deer. 2. A marble statue depicting an ossifying old man holding a stick in one hand. 3. A marble statue of a woman breastfeeding an infant. 4. A large statue depicting a man fighting a beast, probably a tiger, which was biting his leg. 5. Various imperfect statues and pieces of marble scattered in both compartments of the cave. Therefore, with this report, which Ambrosiadis had made to the competent authorities of Salonika, the curator of antiquities, Mr. Kodias, was ordered, together with Fortunopoulos, to go to this famous cave of Mount Olympus, which is said to be full of untold treasures. So a mission was organized immediately, led by the two young friends, which, however, was not able to reach the indicated point. It was then December 1937, and the snow, which was falling endlessly and densely, had blocked the passages to the mountain of the gods. Thus the mission was forced to halt the effort. However, because Ambrosiadis gave the impression to the police that he was an honest man, and because they did not want to fall victim to would-be archaeologists who would like to extract his rich secret from him, they sent him to Athens with Fortunopoulos to protect them. In fact, they were placed in the service of the Ministry of Education, which was particularly interested in the cave, as salaried workers of the American excavations. Workers would remain there until the end of the spring of 1937, when the snow on Mount Olympus would melt and the passages would be cleared. Then a new mission would try to locate those untold treasures. But while everything was in order, around the middle of May, Ambrosiadis disappeared from the face of the earth. He did not appear again in the small stump given to him by the excavation services. Just 2 days later, the trace of Fortunopoulos, who shared the same background, disappeared. He disappeared too. So both of these disappearances were reported directly to the Ministry of Education, and the General Secretary was immediately notified in order to examine all possibilities. From the beginning, suspicions were expressed that the missing Ambrosiadis had fallen victim to a criminal act due to his weighty secret. That is to say, he was kidnapped by archaeologists to take them to the Cave of Treasures, and then they did away with him. The General Secretary moved purposefully and systematically in collaboration with the Salonika police, managed after many months of searching to find Fortunopoulos. According to him, during the interrogations, he admitted that he had been forced to leave Athens illegally because he was afraid for his life. We tremble at the idea that he had the same fate as the missing Ambrosiadis, who he firmly believed had fallen victim to criminals whom he had probably known for a long time, as a few days before he disappeared he seemed clearly worried. Finally, Fortunopoulos revealed that he had never seen with his own eyes the cave of the untold treasures of Olympus, but simply wanted to share the glory in the insights with Ambrosiadis, in whom, as he noted, he had blind trust in his claims, as he was a good and honest man. It was generally believed that Ambrosiadis was abducted by ruthless archaeologists who, after extracting his precious secret and looting those unique treasures of antiquity, then did away with him. Of course, there were those who suspected that Ambrosiadis had unleashed a fairy tale, quote-unquote, on the authorities and had been hiding ever since in order to escape many months in prison. But what is the benefit of inventing such a myth? It was to be proven by the continuous investigations of the authorities. The news was published in the newspaper Acropolis on October 10th, 1937. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. So, in fact, if this was true, it was never found. If it was a fairy tale, why would he make up such a fairy tale and then disappear? Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.